The 25th of April, 2015, Nepal. In just seconds, a devastating earthquake kills more than 8,500 people, leaving countless more homeless.
We both went in the doorway and we just held on.
On Mount Everest, the quake unleashes a massive avalanche.
It was like a rolling cloud coming to bury you.
I really thought, is this the end?
19 people at base camp are killed. Dozens are stranded, some in desperate peril.
I can't lose him. I need to save him.
Buildings and villages collapse across the Kathmandu Valley.
This is now a graveyard.
Temples crumble. Just weeks later, there is a massive aftershock. With personal footage from survivors, we tell the story of how they escaped from the mountain.
I've never been more thrilled to see my children.
We reveal the science behind this deadly force. We ask why so many buildings collapsed, and whether such a disaster can be avoided in the future. It's the morning of Saturday, April the 25th, 2015. High on Mount Everest, the climbing season has begun. Around 600 mountaineers are relaxing at base camp, while others have started their ascent up the mountain. In the Kathmandu Valley below the Himalayas, tourists are trekking through ancient landscapes. Nepal is a spiritual country, the birthplace of Buddha, and home to hundreds of Hindu temples and cultural treasures. In the capital, Kathmandu, it's a day like any other. The vibrant city throngs with people going about their daily lives. Then, at 11:56, everything changes. The earth begins to shake. An earthquake measuring 7.8 sends powerful shockwaves across the country. American travelers Rob and Carrie Stiles from Los Angeles have only just checked into their hotel in Kathmandu when the ceiling starts shaking.
At first I thought it was just like flimsy ceiling, somebody walking above me. And he looked at me like, whoa.
We both went in the doorway and we just held on and we were looking at each other and it was like being on a boat. I mean, we were really like rocking back and forth and back and forth. Other people were coming out of their hotel rooms and they were saying, what is going on? What is going on?
As the earthquake was happening, I was thinking in my head, this is not stopping. It's the longest earthquake I've ever felt.
Yeah, it felt like it went on for a really long time.
It was scary.
A pair of local teenagers are filming for their YouTube channel. Their laughter quickly turns to shock and horror. As the quake starts, they find themselves with their cameras at the heart of the disaster.
Then I realized the ground was shaking and I just picked up my camera and I walked through the city. People were searching other people under the rubble and they were helping each other. I just saw bricks and bricks all over the places.
Homes and businesses are destroyed. Thousands of people have lost their lives. Untold numbers are injured. The landmark Darara Tower is a high-profile victim of the quake. Many ancient religious temples literally fall apart as the earth shakes.
I feel this is now a graveyard. This is where we played. This is where we grew up. Seeing all these temples destroyed, I feel so depressed.
The initial quake lasts for just under 2 minutes. But as the shock subsides, those on the ground are barely able to take in what has just happened. The authorities face a humanitarian crisis.
It wasn't too long until we got down the road, we started seeing bodies already covered up. By the time we made it into the hospital area, I mean, the entire street was just a triage.
The epicenter of the earthquake is in Barpak, Gorkha district, to the northwest of Kathmandu. It causes a rupture which heads straight towards the city. But the seismic waves are felt 130 miles away on Mount Everest. It's the height of the climbing season on Everest, and hundreds of adventurers are on the mountain.